guys, Vibhav Nagpal for iGyaan, and today we are checking out the tips and tricks for the Samsung Galaxy S4. So as you can see, this is the brand new Samsung Galaxy S4. It was launched just a couple of days back. Firstly, I'm going to run through the specifications real quick. So we have a 5-inch display over here, full HD. We have a front-facing 2 megapixel camera and a rear-facing 13 megapixel camera. We have a 1.6 quad-core CPU along with a 1.2 quad-core CPU, so a total of 8 cores inside this beast. You also have 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of inbuilt storage. So that's about some of the specifications of the device. Let's quickly go ahead and show you what this device can do in terms of its new features. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is the widgets in the lock screen. So now in your lock screen of the Samsung Galaxy S4, you can have widgets that are directly shown in the lock screen over here. You can customize the information, so you can simply tap on this edit button and change the information that shows up on top over there as per what you like. Again, you can customize this and remove some of the applications or add applications into your widget over here. So that is some of the new things for the lock screen as well. The brilliant thing is that if you keep scrolling towards the left, you can add another page over here and you can choose what you want to add in terms of your widget. So if you want the infrared remote or the remote to be here, you can have that on the main screen as well. If I now scroll towards the left, I have my watch on remote right here. So that's some of the things that you can do with the lock screen. Let's quickly come back out and I'm going to show you a feature which is called hovering or air view. We're talking about something called air view, and we loaded up the website. All you need to do now is simply hover your finger over the content and it'll create a sort of magnifying glass that will allow you to zoom in on something that you're looking at. So I am not touching the screen, I'm simply hovering over it, and the device creates a sort of magnifying glass and shows you what is happening on the inside. So you can even zoom in on images, zoom in on the text, and you can scroll left or right. So it's actually pretty good. So that is air view. You also get this feature for email as well. So if you got email somewhere, you can simply scroll over it or hover over it and get a preview of what's happening on the inside. So almost like a right click. Now this feature also works on the native Samsung Flipboard application, which is over here. Let me get to it real quick. So when you're in Flipboard, you can simply hover your finger over to change the content of Flipboard. So I'm just hovering over and you can see that it changes and shows me the cover stories. Again, for iGyaan, it gives me a little preview. For news, it gives me a little preview, and for cover stories, it just changes on the background. So that's good because you can get a preview of stuff, and Flipboard has been designed for this in that manner, so automatically everything starts to show up in that manner. So that was a quick look at air view. Now let's talk about the infrared remote. There's something called watch on the Galaxy S4. Now this allows you to set up your house using the Samsung Galaxy S4, or set up remote controls for your house using the Galaxy S4. So what you need to do is you need to select your countries, then you need to select the type of television you have, and then you need to set up the television, and once it is working, the television will be added and you will be taken to the remote control. Once you're done setting up a room, you can press the done button and you will come into the remote, and you'll have multiple applications or multiple devices set up on the top over here, and you can also change between rooms. You can set up multiple rooms around your house and basically have the Galaxy S4 control everything that is in your house that uses a remote control, and you can ditch all your remote controls. You can also scroll further down to get additional remote control features. So I believe this is a really wonderful little application that they've added, and you can directly add it into the lock screen, so you can directly access the remote from here. So you're always on your remote. You can replace this widget and put it in this screen, so it's on the left of your main home screen. I can also make it the main lock screen as well. So if I unlock the device, or when I open the device, the remote is right here. So wonderful little nifty trick, and you can use this to control your television, your DVD player, your set-top box, etc. I tried it with my television, works just wonderfully well. Let's go into S Health real quick, and I have set it up according to my requirements. So if I go into S Health, so this is S Health. It gives you the details based on your requirements. So if you have walked a number of steps, it'll count that thanks to the inbuilt pedometer. It'll also tell you the amount of steps you did yesterday, the amount of steps you did today. And if I go over here to the walking mate, I can also set up my exercise, food tracker, comfort level, etc. according to my requirements. So I can also say that I have burnt X amount of calories during the day. What did I do? Did I play basketball? Did I do chin-ups? Did I dance? Etc. You can put in all those things and it'll automatically calculate how much energy on a typical day would you spend on something like this. Be known that this is not very accurate, and just by simply tapping on the device or simply shaking the device also adds a bunch of steps to it. So you need to see or ensure that or be aware that this is not going to be very, very accurate, but it is pretty accurate, if not completely accurate. So what this also does is it also tracks what amount of food you've eaten. If you're eating breakfast, you can simply click a picture of your breakfast and then add food information. So for example, if you had cereal for breakfast, you can search for cereal in the food database. They'll find a bunch of different sorts of cereal. So what kind of cereal you had chocolate flavored wheat cereal. You can put that. You can also change the portion size. For example, you had a large portion or an extra large portion. You can set that up, and once you're done with that, it'll put that information into your calorie intake, and that'll be your calorie intake for the day. So it'll give you your details over here. So that's the health or the S Health feature. Now this is also something called S Translator that works really well on the Galaxy S4. You've had this application for quite some time, but now they've done voice to voice. So if somebody's speaking to you in Italian, French, Korean, simplified Chinese, Spanish, etc., you can convert it into English. So if you're traveling a lot, this device may come in handy for you. So for example, if somebody speaks to you in French, vous appelez comment? It'll translate it to somewhat accurate English, but you have to understand that A, my French is not that great, and B, that despite the fact that I don't have a French accent, it did a pretty good job of translating it into English, which is absolutely wonderful. And vice versa, you can speak in English and have that converted into French as well. So for example, if I say, how to reach the train station, so it probably didn't understand that well. I'm going to try again. Can you give me the directions to the train station? So yeah, it converts that into French, and it'll then speak it out. It'll also speak it out. So you can also download high quality voice files. So it does a bunch of things, which is absolutely wonderful for somebody who's traveling and runs into people who can't speak in English or can't speak in their language. This would be a great app to use. Now another thing that I want to show you guys is air gesture. So in air gesture, you can simply wave your hands across the device to get your requirements. So for example, again, I'll load up the website and show you that you can scroll using air gesture. You can see that this little icon that shows up on the top over here is the air gesture icon, and I can simply scroll up on this sensor over here to ensure that I'm getting a nice scroll. Similarly, if I want to scroll down, I can do that. You can also wave your full arm across or full hand across to scroll, but the sensor is just here, so you can also save yourself the trouble and just perform these actions near the sensor, which is over here. So it works really well. It also works in the picture gallery. So let me load that up. So if you're in the picture gallery, you can simply scroll left or right. Above the device, I'm not touching the phone, and I can scroll left or right based on this. And again, I said the sensor is in this corner over here, so you can just simply do this and scroll. So that is air gesture. Again, you can also wave your hand across an incoming phone call to put it on silent, and you can also scroll through music with this gesture. So a bunch of things that you can do with the air gesture. Now the one thing that I need to show you guys is the S Play feature, or the Smart Play or Smart Pause feature. Again, all of these interrelated. So it's called Smart Pause, Smart Stay, and Smart Scroll. All of these have to do with the eye sensor and the retina sensor that detects when you're looking at the device. So again, to demonstrate it at first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the internet browser, and let me see if I can try and do this. So if I'm looking at the device, the sensor should recognize my eyes, and you will be able to see that it shows my eye right about here once it recognizes it. And then when I look at the bottom of the screen, it scrolls up. I mean, it's not perfect right now, it's a little gimmicky, but I'm looking at the bottom of the screen. There's also a slight tilt action that you have to make. So now when I'm looking at the top, I'm slightly tilting towards the up, or towards the top, and it's scrolling up. And if I look to the bottom, it's scrolling to the bottom. So this is a smart scroll feature. You don't ever have to touch the screen or wave your arms across it. You can simply look down and the device starts to scroll according to the place that you're looking at. So if you're reading something, you start to look down, and the device automatically scrolls. When you look in the center, it stops. When you look at the bottom, it starts to scroll again. So that is the Smart Scroll feature. This feature is also applicable for video, so it's called Smart Pause. And in that, imagine I'm watching this video. Once when I'm looking at the video, it'll start playing. So the video is playing. The minute I look away, so right now I'm looking at the video. The phone will recognize the fact that I'm looking at the video, and then the minute I look away, it should pause it, but it's not. Let's try it again. So if I'm looking at the video starts playing. If I look away, the video pauses. When I look at the video, it plays again. So it's again a feature that requires you to directly face the device. Now I'm looking at the video. I'm looking away from the video now. It stops. I'm looking at the video now. It plays. Now I don't even need to shake my hand. I just need to look away with my eyes, and it realizes that I'm looking away. So right now I'm looking away, and it should stop playing, and it does. So when I look back, it starts playing. So that is a wonderful feature. It's called Smart Play. I don't know if you guys will use it, but it's something that they've really inbuilt using the sensor or the retina sensor that reads your eyes and sees that you're looking at the device or not. There's also something called Smart Stay that essentially has something to do with the device. If you're scrolling, if you're looking at the screen of the device, for some reason, the Galaxy S4 is really hanging on me, and that's thanks to Watch On. So let's see if we can quit Watch On. Okay, so I'm going to jump into settings, and I'll show you what I mean by Smart Stay. So what Smart Stay does is, no matter what the timeout of your screen is, if you're looking at 30 seconds, 1 minute, etc. If you're looking at the screen will not turn off. So imagine if you're reading a book in whatever application, not the Samsung Books application, but whatever application you're reading it in, the screen will not dim if it recognizes that you're looking at the screen. If you're reading an email, it'll recognize it, and it will not let your screen turn off. That's the Smart Stay feature. It keeps the screen on if it detects that you're looking at it. So if you long press on the back button, you'll get the multitasking tab over here, and with this tab you can have multiple applications running on the same device. So I can have Google Chrome at the bottom and my inbox at the top, or I can have the internet browser at the top, and then again I can change the size of each window. I can also switch between windows, and I can also make a window full screen, and that is a great feature. It is really useful. It was really useful on the Galaxy Note 2, and with the 5-inch screen I believe that it will be really useful on the S3 as well. So that is another feature that has prominently become useful. I believe that you also have pop-up play in this. So let me see if I can do that. Yes, you do have pop-up play, and it brings out the video to the main screen. So you do have that feature that has been brought about from the Galaxy Note series as well. And another thing that you can do is you can scroll left to take a screenshot, or swipe your palm across the screen to take a screenshot, and you will see that it stores that screenshot. Somehow it is not working really well. So let me try again. And it does store that screenshot. You can see it's saving a screenshot right over there. So those are the tips and tricks for the Samsung Galaxy S4. If you have any questions or queries, you can follow the full detailed guide on iGyaan.in. The link should be on the video right now. If you have any questions or queries, do leave them in the comment section below, or you can catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. And do subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaan TV for iGyaan Networks. This has been Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching.